So, if you come in, Isaac, what we don't do is we never stand in front of the entrance.
This is the back one.
Right, so if you stand, I'll let you just nip round to the side and just smoke into the entrance.
You get out,
So
squeeze
if you
it.
puff it like that, can you see how I'm doing it? So you try that.
Go on it, please.
Yeah. So,
And we do it into there, look. See this gap
not
here? Look?
loads, just, that's it, watch where you're going, just a little bit, just enough to,
Right in this gap here.
that's it. Right, that's it.
It's enough. Just to make them think up. I'll take that off you.
Yeah. Right. So, see them? They're all buzzing around. Look in there now.
Whoa.
So what we do now, so we'll just smoke them a bit through that. Yeah? Yeah, then they go down and that's where all the honey is. Right, what I'm going to do...
How long has it took you to get to this point then?
I've had them about 11 years.
Have you? Wow.
So I'm just going to take this stand.
I want to move over this way.
I'm very, very nervous.
And don't be nervous.
Well, I'm not hurt you.
Put this here.
The calmer you
take
are,
this.
the calmer they'll be.
We're just going to take this top box off. So just so you can have a look, and then hopefully
Let's see the queen.
I'll be able to show you the queen.
Is the queen big?
Yeah, she's bigger than the other bees.
I'm having second thoughts.
If you're having second thoughts, you can go. It don't matter. You ain't got to.
Remember, you've got all the protection on that you need, Isaac. They can't get to you and try and sting you. So all we're going to do, you know, like now, I'm just breathing through my nose, just nice and steady.
I got my mouth.
So there you go.
We've glued the queen excluder down. You'll see what, because we have to stop the queen
I'm flying out.
getting into this box.
What?
That's it.
So one
That's it. Done it now.
goes round it, Isaac. Don't worry, that's different.
So this is what we call the super, and that's heavy. That's got all the honey in it. It's going to take them through winter. So now
Just
it's going to smoke them down a bit. Look.
So they all head to the queen.
Yeah, so they all go down. See, this is a small one. These other ones, all of these frames are full. But thought we'd start on a nice little one. So this is what we call the queen excluder. And this,
Where is she?
I'm going to show you. This stops the queen going into that box.
Why can't she go in that box?
Because
That's where all the honey is. And
we don't want her laying eggs where the honey is. So I'll get my frame stand. With this. This is called a hive tool. Good, because you're going to be my master beekeeper, you are.
It's loads better than being at school, isn't it?
That's called a dummy board. So that just fills in a bit of space so they don't build comb towards the end and onto the end of the...
So have the bees built this?
Yeah, I'll put that in. I'm going to show you after we've done. I'll put that one in.
What's that for?
That's called a frame. But this is called the brood box. And it's called the brood box because all the baby bees are called brood. So look how calm they are. Yeah. Do you want to come and hold this one? No? Right. So they're just all worker bees. They're all girl bees.
Busy, busy, busy.
All the males,
They're in the second.
no, they've gone. Nah.
What do you mean?
They've kicked them all out and they've all died off.
Why have they died up?
See?
So don't need them now.
The queens, all the new queens have been mated. So I'm looking for the queen, and the queen,
It's huge.
yeah, but you won't see her straight away.
Is the queen a bumblebee?
No. I have to put, you see this?
Yeah.
She's got a little pink dot on her like that I've put on her so that I can recognise her if it's still there. Sometimes they shoo it off
How?
because they look after the queen She's there, look. Can you see her?
Where?
She's there.
Where?
She's there, look.
See it, look.
Wow.
That's the queen.
Yeah.
So she's different, isn't she, than the rest of the bees. And you see that bee there?
Yeah.
That's got pollen on its legs. It's got some little baskets on its legs
Yeah.
called pollen baskets. And when they go onto the flowers,
Yeah.
they collect pollen as well as nectar. And they feed all the little grubs, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in a bit, on pollen. See there? Let me blow them.
Oh, look at that.
See the little grubs in there?
Yeah.
They're going to grow into
Into
big bees. Yeah, into girl bees.
Where are the bumblebees?
There's no bumblebees in here. These are honeybees. Bumblebees are different. And then there
Yeah.
is a bee with a different coloured pollen on it. Can you see? Because the other was orange. That's yellow. That's off a different plant.
That still looks like a little bit of yellow.
Yeah,
I mean orange.
yeah, it does. But when I pick this frame back up again, because I can see that bee there,
Yeah.
when I pick this one up again,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see our orange, the difference.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of difference, and that's off 2 different plants.
Whoa.
So you have to be very gentle, because if you start banging them about, then that makes them all fly out, and that's the last thing we want to do. So if we separate that off, so we've seen the queen and we've had a look at the brood. And
Where's the king?
there's no king,
Oh.
and in there, look, in the top of this,
No, it's just I'm very still.
you see all the pollen that they've collected, and they're saving that now. That's called the stores, and they're going to go through winter.
I didn't know bees went to the grocery store.
They don't have acid delivered like we do, mate.
Let me smoke them down a bit,
Okay.
because they're getting a bit excited. Don't have a lot of smoke. We don't like choke them, but just enough to quieten it.
Why don't you want to
And you got to think that the hives here, the other bees are coming along, and they're smelling the honey in this hive. So what they're thinking is, oh, there's a free dinner here. See, all the glistening there,
Yeah.
that's
Where are the
honey.
warriors?
That's honey. They're all warriors.
So they would all...
They're all the foraging bees.
What, they work and then they tap.
Yeah, you have guard bees,
Yeah.
and you have foraging bees,
Yeah.
you have nursing bees, you have
What?
cleaner bees.
Why is there bits of metal and honey then? I mean,
That's out of the foundation. This is called foundation, and what the bees do is it starts like that, and then the bees make wax, and they draw it out. Look at the difference between that and there,
That's
and
orange,
that
that's
produces
yellow.
the cells. And the queen, she'll come and she lays in these cells,
yeah.
and these cells are for worker bees. When she's laying cells for boy bees, the cells are bigger.
So, have you not got any boys?
No, all the boy bees are finished now. That's why the hives are a lot calmer. Because
the
there's
boy bees will just attack.
no, the boy bees, all they do is they just mate with the queen, and they just laze around. They don't do a lot. They eat all the honey.
Look how much bees are in that one hive.
Yeah,
Just one hive.
Yeah, this is a small one.
this is the smallest one I've got. This is the calmest one I've got. That's why I've showed it to you.
Are we seeing bigger ones?
It depends whether you want to see bigger ones.
Shall we?
I think we'll leave it at that, I think.
I'll show
What
you.
I'm going to do is I'm going to put the queen excluder back on. So the queen,
Doesn't fly away.
what we're going to do next week,
Yeah.
because we've got a job to do every time we go in,
Yeah.
is
Gonna get them honey.
this box here
Yeah.
will go underneath
What?
this box. It's called under supering because that's got the honey in it,
Yeah.
and the queen always works her way to the top of the hive for protection. So she'll stay in here, and then in spring, when she starts laying again, because she's going to finish laying
She'll lay
eggs
down
soon.
there?
Yeah. When she finishes, she'll finish laying, and in spring, when she starts laying again, she'll work her way up to the top of the box again, and she'll start laying. And we don't want her to lay eggs in here
Why?
because that's where we get the honey from. All that honey you're eating
Yeah.
is from this box,
That's
which I'll
it.
show
Manage.
you because it's quite heavy. So I'm going to open this up.
Bee wings.
I'm going to open this up and then I'm going to show you a frame.
Okay.
You might even see some dead bees on the floor unless but
We
the
get
blue
blue
tits
tits.
and great tits come and fetch them.
What a great.
It's a bird.
Birds.
Oh, bird.
This is called a crown board.
I've not been stung yet.
Well,
Good.
not me.
Because you're being nice and kind.
It is.
You're not screaming and flopping around. And running
Yeah,
away.
and these are nice. It's a lovely little colony, this is. If you got stung, Ian, or when you got stung, it'd be that end one.
Why?
Because they bit,
This is from we used to call them forest town bees, didn't we?
yeah.
What, they attack?
They
not.
don't attack you, they just don't like you going in.
So obviously
So-
when you go in, they think you're going to pinch all the honey.
Which you do, in
Yeah,
a
you
way.
do.
But we never take everything. So I'm just gonna, can you hold that? Because I don't want to shake them off. But I want to show Isaac one of these better frames. So there,
Yeah.
all that there that you can see,
It's honey.
that's all the honey under there. And they call that capped. So all of that is ready now to be saved for them to eat in winter.
You see in there, look, there's some, but that's not been capped, so that's
No,
not
that's
ready
not
yet.
ready. So what they've got to do with that is they've got to evaporate all the water out of that before it
I've seen
becomes
one of them doing it.
becomes honey.
Happening back and forth.
And what they do to do that
Yeah.
is they go to the top of the hive
Yeah.
and they get a little drop of honey on the tongue and they stick the tongue out and the water evaporates and then they go back down and put
What,
it
like a
into the
butterfly?
cell.
They stick that on.
Similar.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Do you want to smell? Do you just want to? You'll be all right if you put your head over and smell it.
Not bother you at all.
Because you've got this neck on
Oh,
it.
it smells
They can't
beautiful.
get to it.
I've smelled it. It smells delicious.
That's good then.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to
Pop that
scrape this off here. Look,
down. Why?
just going to tidy up a bit.
Oh. Make sure you don't hit any of the bees.
See, look at that. That's all wax.
Do you know what we had earlier, Isaac? When Max
Yeah.
got some that was full of...
Yeah, when you had it, when it was full of honey,
Yeah.
That's what was left,
that's what
wasn't
it were. That's where I got it from. I cleaned all the top of the frame. You can take that
Just
with you if
imagine
you
it.
want.
100 bees building that. I've seen proper bee
Hold
nests.
your hand out, Isaac. Look flat, look. Look at it.
I've seen proper beehives, like wild bees. Getting a bit active
So they
now.
might get buzzy now because Max has
Yeah.
done that.
So I'll smoke them down. And we always had a bit of smoke. Not loads, just enough.
You don't want to choke them.
No, that's it. And sometimes when you smoke them too much, that makes them a bit agitated. So we put that
Never
on,
hit a bee though.
take that off, and then we just slide it so that we don't
Do you want
crush
to
them.
see some more beehives?
Well, we can see what we've got here.
So that's that one. That one's all right because we've seen the queen.
So is there different queens?
Yeah, there's
Each
a
one.
different queen in every one of these.
I don't know that. Did you go?
Okay.
See this bit here? That
Yeah.
is
Is
a
that
different
poo?
colour.
Sounds
No.
like poo.
That's propolis. See all these trees?
Mhm.
They exude a resin. And the bees go and collect it.
Yeah.
And then you see
Yeah, yeah.
how I couldn't take that off there because they glued everything together and blocked all the gaps up with propolis. And that's what that is. See, that's all that on my gloves. That's all propolis.
What is this propolis?
Yeah, all the stains there, that's propolis.
Have you had anyone round before and then just they've left?
What do you mean?
Like anyone else to come and see these bees?
No, you're the first to see these actual bees in this house.
Whoa.
So this is
no
a bit-
one's ever seen these?
Say that again.
Has no one ever seen these?
Only me and Steve.
Yeah. I've not been stung.
No, well you won't do.
Is this one friendly?
As
Yes.
you go in that, as you go down that way, they get slightly
Testier.
more testy. So these are really calm. They a little bit more wild.
This has got two supers on.
What? got 2 supers on?
So there's a lot more bees in this one.
Yeah.
These are a little bit taller, this one, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
See, these are called supers, and that's called a brood box.
Is that where the queen lives?
Yeah.
Queen lives in the bottom one.
And why doesn't the queen go in the supers? Do you remember?
No.
What will she do? Lay what?
She'll lay eggs and then they'll just get covered in honey.
Yeah.
And
And then when you spin it out, you get bits of bee and bits of grub, and you don't want that in your honey, so you have to keep your honey. So what I'll do is I'll just show you the top of this one then, because there's 2 supers on here,
Yeah.
but there's more bees, but there's only the same amount of honey. But there's 2 supers because there's more bees and we need more bee space. But it's just the same setup. All the super frames, look.
Yeah.
All of that. That's a beautiful one, that. Lovely colour, nice and clean. You can use these for a few years. You ain't got to change them every year.
Am I allowed to come closer?
If you want to come closer, you can come closer.
We'll take one step forward.
Let's see if I can.
That's safe than sorry.
Might just show Faith to this side. Are you alright? For now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
See, there we go again. That's quite a... So, do you want... It must be a bit boring. Yeah, because you're standing here, you're actually looking at it. But when you stood over the other side of the fence, I bet you couldn't really see. Right, so...
I always wondered what this was.
Well, this green netting,
Is that stuck?
yeah,
Are you trying to show me?
yeah, here's the propolis, look, you see? I'm going to scrape it off, there's dead bees in it and stuff. But all that, that's because they've been squashed with the lid on. But all of that there is what they've tried sticking the roof on with.
So no one can enter.
Yeah, so it's hard for any predators to get in.
Like wasps.
Yeah, well, wasps, they're going to get into the entrance, and that's what I'm going to do today.
What, let a wasp in the
No,
entrance?
I'm going to put some blocks on.
Why do you got hay in your pockets?
Put that in the main box.
Why do you got hay in your pockets?
Because that's what I've got into, that's what I've put in the smoker.
Same again, is that the queen?
Yeah, this is the queen excluder.
I've stayed very calm, so they've stayed very calm.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Send them down.
That sounds like the more angry.
Try and be
Why is that red?
calm as we can. Why is what?
Why is it red?
That one?
Yeah.
That's propolis.
Oh.
That's where it's stained. Just make sure that the queen's not on there before we put it down, because if we lost the queen, the hive would die. Hey, it's good, isn't it?
Kind of scary, but
Well, once you know you're protected, then that's the key.
That's
As long as you've got your kit on and you're protected, it's sound.
So is that the full outfit?
Yeah, like a boiler suit, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't attack me, would you? Not if I
See,
hit.
see the colour of that?
That's brown.
Yeah, and that's brown because what they've done see her in here last time, did we? Steve?
So how many bees are in all the house?
In the middle of summer,